as you can see, the weather is glorious outside, and I thought I'd take the bike out for another ride. Nod. But yeah, what I want to talk about today is the 5 things I hate about the 2018 Harley Davidson Softail Street Bob. Now, before I begin, let me make it pretty clear that I don't hate this bike in one little bit. I love this bike. I've had so much fun on this bike so far. Yeah, I just want to put that out there, that if you're looking at getting a Harley and you don't want a Sportster, but you want that kind of fun, nippy bike, then this is the one to get. It's so much better than the Sportster. So for me, it's the number one choice. So let's get down to it anyway. So the 5 things I really don't like about this bike. Starting with the rear brake, it is pretty bad. In slow moving traffic, it is pretty rubbish. You have to really put your foot down. You know, I'm talking 5 miles an hour, and you've still got to really pump your foot down just to get it to sort of work. And yeah, the foot position as well. The actual position of this peg is yeah, pretty rubbish. You got to really poke your toe down just to get anything out of it. You know, I'd like to get it higher, and I'm sure Harley could probably sort something out for me on that, but yeah, it's just that whole rear brake thing is just not cricket. Number 2 is the seat. Now the seat is pretty comfortable. I've done, you know, probably 4 or 5 hour rides on this bike now, and at a time, and you know, my bum's fine, it doesn't hurt, but it's when you pull away on this bike, and you're straight off the back, you're sitting on the rear fender, it just does not hold you at all. And I will be getting a Saddleman step up seat when I can afford it, because you know, there's no lower back support whatsoever, there's no support at all, and as soon as you pull away, you're off the back. So yeah, that for me is a pretty bad one actually. Comfort, I'd give it 5 out of 5, but for holding you in, it's pretty much 0, you know. So yeah, number 3 is the foot peg positioning. Now, I'm 5'8", got an inside leg of about 30 inches, and you know, I'm in the fetal position. It is pretty painful. Give it 2 hours on this thing and my lower back is killing me because I'm just so hunched up, you know. It's good for, I mean, I can hold the bike when I go around a corner or whatever, and it's got that, which I like, but you know, long rides, it really I struggle. I mean, if you were 6 foot something, you're going to be feeling it real bad. I mean, I know they do the forward controls, which I'm, you know, not really a fan of, but maybe on this bike it's worth doing. I'm getting the bunking crash bars, which I actually have at the moment, so the highway pegs or whatever you want to call them, so I'll be able to stretch my legs out when I want to, so I'm not too bothered about getting the forward controls, but at least I can now stretch my legs out once I install them. So yeah, the pegs. Number 4 is the size of the tank. So the size of the tank, as we all know, is not as big as the old Diners, and it is small. It's good for what I want, but if you're wanting to do cruises around America or Europe or whatever, you know, you're going to be filling up a lot. I think there's about 150 on this tank, which is, I don't know what is on the Dyno, but it's just, you know, when you've got a big bike like this with a big engine, you want that slightly, you know, you want to be able to go a distance. And I know Harley are trying to cut weight off of the new Softail, and that's one way to do it. It's a very easy way of doing it as well. I mean, and again, there are probably going to be a lot of aftermarket larger tanks for this bike eventually, so it's not the end of the world. And like I said, at the moment for me it's disappointing, but I'll get over it very quickly. So number 5, now this is a bit again to do with the seat, is the fact that I have to take the seat off if I want to change the suspension. Now at the moment I've got solo seat, so I'm not too bothered about it, but once I get that Saddleman seat and I want to have someone on the back, it's going to be quite annoying, because it's not as easy as just getting off the bike, twisting the little do-a-jobby and being on our way. I've got to take the wrenches with me, take the seat off, just click them around or whatever I've got to do, and then, you know, put the seat back, which is a pain in the ass really. You think they've done it on a lot of the other Softails, why couldn't they have done it on this one, really? So yeah, that, I mean, again, it's not the end of the world. These are all things that are like nitpicky. I think if those 5 things weren't there, it would almost be a perfect bike. I mean, it would be for me, definitely. I mean, I'm no expert on Harleys by any means, you know. I've ridden a few Sportsters and that's about it really, and done a bit of time on the Yamaha cruisers and that, but you know, it is a brilliant bike. And even though I've just slagged it off with 5 things I don't like, it ain't that bad. It really isn't. So there you have it. Thank you for listening. Please leave your comments below. Like and subscribe. Thank you.